era of collision politics. Look at the figure 18.7. What do you see in figure? VP Singh, Vishwanath Pratap Singh, who was the seventh Prime Minister in 1989. So here in 1990s, a new trend started in Indian politics with formation of collision politics. That means any of the political party did not get majority, that is a magic figure at a national level, so that some of the political parties with a mutual understanding, they come together to form a government. Such government we call coalition government. This point we have discussed. So it become very near impossible. It become impossible for any of the political party to get to win a majority of seats and to form the government on its own. So that 1989 onwards, all governments that had formed at national level are coalition governments, which are also called minority governments. So there a number of national and regional parties had come together to form the governments at the center. So here this is the new trend here. That means the political ideologies and programs of various parties had accommodated and reached to a common agreement. So in these coalition governments, we see there is policy paralysis. Policy paralysis. It means in coalition government, it become very difficult for government to take a decision with various political parties. It means in coalition government where several parties formed a government with a mutual understanding and cooperation, there was a trouble to come for a common conclusion. So the government failed to take decision at in time. There was a negligence in taking that decision and making the policies, because there is needed a common opinion to a policy by various political parties which formed a government. So there was a negligence in implementing the policies by coalition government. So the delay in policy making by coalition government is called policy paralysis. So this is the common thing in coalition governments. What is common? That is a policy paralysis. Understand? So several coalition governments which formed after 1989, they failed. That means they were unstable to run its complete duration, or what you call term, that is 5 years. Any of the coalition government formed earlier in 1989 did not run for a complete period. They were unstable. Okay. Then later, what are coalition governments formed after 1990, what to call 1990s? We see that some of the coalitions formed by what to call with the leadership of Congress and leadership of BJP, that is a National Democratic Alliance. This is a one coalition formed by the leadership of BJP, and United Progress Alliance. This is led by Congress instead. So these are the two important coalitions formed their government successfully for a complete term, that is 5 years instead. One better example is that UPA, once it was formed and it re-elected. So UPA was the first coalition that is re-elected. That means elected again. It's very difficult to run the coalition government for 5 years, but UP has succeeded. Even the BJP also going with NDA instead. So the governments which formed with many political parties may uh, collapse at any time. So the coalition governments formed with a latter period, they have come with some mechanisms, that is a common minimum programs they introduced in the coalition governments to keep support and run the government for a complete period, that is common minimum programs and coordinating committees. These two mechanisms worked to keep support and stable of the keep support of the parties to the government, and keeping what to call stability of the government for 5 years period. So with the two mechanisms, the coalitions formed later run successfully in India instead. The next we see in West Bengal, there the government formed with the leadership of Communist Party of India. That is called Left Front Government. Okay, here Left Front Government consisting of left wing political parties. What are the political parties formed left front government here? Right, those are Communist Party of India. Which party? Communist Party of India, Forward Bloc, Revolutionary Socialist Party, Communist Party of India, Marxist. All these parties united to form left front government. In all these political parties, Communist Party of India very important, and it become the leader to the left front government. So in West Bengal today, what we call West Bengal, there Communist Party of India formed the government called Left Front Government with the support of the remaining political parties which are mentioned here. Okay, so here in 1977 elections, these parties formed Left Front Government, and its leader was CPM from the from the CPM, and he was Jyoti Basu. Okay, Jyoti Basu was the chief minister from CPM at West Bengal. Understand? And this person, Jyoti Basu, led several important programs in West Bengal. One of is the most important programs carried in the West Bengal state, that is land reforms. Okay, so that was carried out. This is the land reforms in throughout India that was unfinished, and that was carried in this state West Bengal in June 1978. There, the West Bengal government, which government? West Bengal government launched one program called Operation Barga. In West Bengal, in their language, in Bengali language, Barga is a word come from Bargadars. Bargadars are called shareholders. Uh, so here, to protect shareholders from the landlords exploitation, landlords were exploiting the peasants. So peasants here are called bargadars, and to provide a due share, fair share to the shareholders, there the left front government carried a program called Operation Barga. Operation Barga is a program in which they recorded the names of the Bargadars, that is sharecroppers, who actually tilled, that means cultivated, the land belonging to the landlords. So these is Bargadars who cultivating the land of the landlords, they were not paid proper wages and proper share. Landlords exploited them. Okay, so here we see that major part of the agriculture population in West Bengal wanted to get security from landlords. So here Operation Barga depended heavily on collective action by the sharecroppers and Panchayati Raj institutions. So here sharecroppers, that is Bargadars, they want a right share in the crop cultivated, whereas landlords were not giving the fair share. So in order to provide fair share to the sharecroppers with Panchayat Raj institutions, their West Bengal government, that is left front government under the leadership of Jyoti Basu, organized Operation Barga instead. So here we see officials under this program, officials have conducted campaigns, meetings in the villages where stakeholders would meet and discuss their issues. That means sharecroppers were discussing about their issues in the meeting held by officials. Then there a list of claimants that was drawn immediately there, and publicly there it is verified in the presence of the landowners, and there they recorded the objections of the landlords. Then after, the names of the Bargadars would be recorded on the spot at that place, giving legal documents for them that they are the what to call as sharecroppers and tenant farmers taking the land from the landlords, given a fair share. So there several changes have come with the introduction of Operation Barga in West Bengal. Okay, so what is the result of Operation Barga? The first thing is that landlords were largely prevented from forcibly throwing the burgadars. See, landlords, whenever they want to change the tenant farmers, that is shareholders, they have gone for changing it. After the implementation of Operation Barga, it became very difficult and landlords were not allowed to throw out Bargadars from the cultivation. Okay, so Bargadar rights were made hereditary here. Understand? That means who were tilling the lands of the landlords, that is Bargadars, their rights are recognized hereditary and perpetual. This is the first point. First point is there is no right to landlords to throw out Bargadars from the land cultivation. Okay, second is that Bargadar rights are made hereditary. Okay, and third we see that the state government guaranteed that Bargadars would get a fair share in the crop cultivated, that is 75 percentage. How much? If Bargadar only provides all the things for cultivation, that means the crop cultivation, whatever is required, it may be what to call seeds, then pesticides, and the wages to the laborers. If all these are provided by Bargadars itself, then there is the right to Bargadar to get 75 percentage from the crop cultivated. Okay, or if all the inputs for cultivating crop is provided by landlord, then 50 percentage share is provided to the Bargadars and another 50 percentage to what you call landlords. So this is the what a change we find here with the implementation of a Operation Barga. Understand? So here in all we see that half of the rural families in West Bengal, they have received benefit from the landlords. What benefit they have received? They have got fair share in the crop cultivated. Second is that their rights are made hereditary in tilling the land. Right? Third is that they are not removed by the landlords from cultivating the land. Okay, so with this some more changes also we see. That means some development in what to call West Bengal. Okay, that is what to call 30 percentage. There the agriculture production in West Bengal increased by 30% and the rural poverty declined to very significant mark. Understand? So here the implementation of Operation Barka also resulted for decreasing the rural poverty and increasing the agriculture production by 30 percentage instant. But many critics have felt that the shareholders in West Bengal, that is 70 percentage, have still not been registered, and these partial implementation have created a new class of rural rich. So with the land reforms, that is Operation Barga program, in which 70 percentage of the farmers have been not registered, and this led to partial implementation and creating a new class of rural rich. So some of the rural farmers have turned to rich by Operation Barga. Whatever it may be, Operation Barga and the implementation of Panchayat Raj helped for left front government to gain continuous support from the rural population. Rural population benefited from Operation Barga. So this rural population have given support to left front government in all elections. So till 2006, that is from 1978 to 2006, there only one party formed the government, that is left wing parties, what we call left front government. This is one of the ways in which the needs of the people of West Bengal was addressed through a democratic process instead. So this is the success of the what left front government in West Bengal by implementing the Operation Barga program. Understand? And here in the figure given, we will find some of the coalition governments. Okay, one is a National Front. It is one coalition government from 1980s. Okay, there what you call JD Janata Dal, DMK, Assam Gana Parishad, TDP, Jammu Kashmir National Conference. These parties collectively formed the government. Okay, and this government is called National Front government. It was in power from 1989 to 1990. Which one? 1980, 1989, 1989 to 1990. And this left front government received support from these parties: CPM, then CPI, and BJP. These are the supporting parties for National Front in 1989 to 1990. Understand? And this did not run for long period. In 1990, it collapsed. Then another coalition government. What we are seeing here, these are the coalition governments. Okay. Then United Front. It is also one coalition government where what to call these parties collectively formed government. Understand? That is a Jammu Kashmir National Conference, TDP, Telugu Desam Party, Trinamool Congress, CPI, that is a Communist Party of India, Assam Gana Parishad, DMK, Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam of Tamil Nadu. Okay, then MGP and Samajwad Party. These all the what parties collectively formed the government, that is called United Front government, which is a coalition government. And for this government, the supporting parties given here, that is CPM, that is Communist Party of India, Marxist instead. This is another coalition government formed in India at national level from 1996 to 1998 instead. Then next we see another coalition government formed in 1998 to 2004, that is National Democratic Alliance. Okay, here you see that Janata Dal United. Okay, this is Janata Dal United. Then Shiromani Akali Dal, All India Anna Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam, Jammu Kashmir National Conference, Trinamool Congress, Biju Janata Dal, Shiv Sena of Maharashtra. All these parties merged to form the government called National Democratic Alliance. And here TDP become a supporting party. Understand? So this is the what coalition governments. So here we see that three different coalition governments formed in India after 1980s instead. So like this, we see that coalition governments have been formed in India instead.